your first card out from the John Holland Psychic Tarot deck, which is a wonderful deck to work with, is Prosperity Begins. This is basically the Ace of Pentacles. It's your energy, it's your card. Now, I just talked about the fact that I got the feeling as if you were chiming in or wanting to be heard or putting your voice out there, and this is very much about prosperity beginning, and it can be the offering of something financial. So this can be money or ideas or concepts or manifestation coming into your life one way or another. So for all of you, of course, this could be very different on how you perceive it or what type of energy is coming in. But at the moment, the cosmos is really aligning for new timelines to take shape and to be formed in the dream space, in the thought space, and then bringing it down into this reality. We're pretty much given a small portal. I don't know if it's small yet, but it's a portal of window that we can activate a lot of stuff and have the stuff of dreams eventuate. You know, things that you didn't believe could happen could possibly happen, and that's twice I've said that already in this reading in a slightly different perspective. So this ace bodes very well for potential new allies, jobs, offers, careers, finances, abundance, prosperity, creativity. It's a great card to have started the reading for February as we ground ourselves with this Ace of Pentacles, ground ourselves into the 2020 vibration. So by the time February comes about, we're a little bit further on through the energy of the eclipse season, and we are moving into kind of feeling our senses after this awesome, powerful energy of the last eclipse from the 10th of January. Now, it was a very rare eclipse, one that we've probably never experienced before in our human lives, because we're in this season of planetary lineups that is over 2,000 years old. So there's a lot of stuff going on that is, I think, personally connected to past life energy, and so therefore you can feel these or be involved with or connect with people or energy or systems or ideas or concepts or parts of yourself that you haven't done before, but it can feel really familiar or it can feel very deeply threaded. You know, you might get the sense of strange deja vu or weird synchronistic events, or this incredible intense dreaming that can go on. And this is in part and parcel because we're almost like we're being pulled through timelines, connecting with the past, connecting with the future, and amalgamating in the present. And through that, we've got this opportunity to heal a lot of karmic issues and trauma that has gone on. So these can be intense times, and some of it you may feel and not understand, but get this strange, as I say, feeling in the background, like a bubbling away of something, and you can't necessarily put your finger on it, but it's work that's being done at 2,000 to 3,000 years ago, and also merging into the future and here. So it's very difficult to try and explain to you how, when you're dealing with so far from the past and into the future and here at the same time, how do you experience that? How do we in this current timeline experience these bizarre events that can be bringing our soul together and bringing back pieces of puzzles that have been missing for many, many generations? So there's a lot of intensity that's going on at this point in time, and a lot of really powerful stuff can be happening, and sometimes you're not aware of it, or other times you're aware of it but you just can't put your finger on it. This card, the Spiritual Strength, is the Nine of Wands, and this is a beautiful rendition in terms of the artwork and the colouring in the palette here. The green really represents emotions, love, the heart chakra energy, and the Spiritual Strength with the number 9, and the 9 is all about endings and, you know, moving into the next generation or life. So this is a very poignant card, kind of encapsulating what I've just been talking about. Our spiritual strength is unfolding before us because we are catapulting from the 3,000 to 2,000 years past, bringing it all forward into the now, and that does give us back spiritual strength that is coming. It is also a card that says don't give up if you've been going through some hardship or uncertainty or ungroundedness, because you will regain some sort of strength, and that the timing is nearing an end of a cycle, and it definitely is. It's a galactic cycle. We're also moving into the age of Aquarius very slowly. It's just a gentle merge from Pisces into Aquarius. But all of these things culminating together are creating the intensity of the energies that we're currently living with. So let's just see what else is in here for Virgo. What else would you like them to concentrate on or understand or know? That's the Temptation card, which is the Devil card. It can be about balance as well, and sometimes it can be about the shadow self and doing shadow work, which is kind of what this past energy coming into the timeline now can be bringing for a lot of us. So this can create a little bit of tension or anxiety or uncertainty, or not feeling necessarily strong, feeling weakened because the shadow side is popping up, or we are working with it, or we'd like to address it. And the shadow side is often put into a genre, if you like, of this devil or underground energy. But we have to come to realize that there are always more than one aspect of ourselves. There's the dark and the light, and they are both as profoundly important, and especially when we're doing merging work, which we are doing at this time in the current timeline that we're in. So for some of you, this could be quite prophetic work that you are engaging in and analysing and experiencing, and it can be a little bit difficult, but it will bring spiritual strength in the end. And for others of you, this could be more of a current situation where it's talking to you about letting go of something that you just shouldn't be engaging with anymore. It's time to drop something off. This could be a habit, an attitude, a concept, a belief system, a relationship, an addiction. It could be any of those type of things as well. And for those of you who are involved in relationships, any relationships that could be demeaning or not well balanced or causing trauma or grief, then this is also a time to know that your spiritual strength could be played into it, and the strength may give you the freedom that it is time to, to realize it is time to let go and move on, and to know that you will be able to get out of the situations that might have been holding you back. So there's a lot of different messages in those three cards, depending on how we actually view them independently. I feel for some people that we're definitely talking about long duration timelines and, going back a very long way and cohesively bringing our soul back together. But for others of you, there is something about the current and being in a situation where you have felt helpless or trapped or in fear, and you could regain some of the strength to get yourself out of that position. Let's see what came in some of these cards. We probably won't use them all. Yeah, lovely. See, new beginnings. That's the first card of the deck, the Fool. A beautiful card as we move forward on. The Fool is walking there on earth, moving across and out, and again this is very much about ourselves and taking our own journey in life, not necessarily thinking a lot about others at this point in time, focusing more on the self and what we require to nurture our soul and our physical body at the same time. It is a magical card in as much that it's exactly what it says. There are new beginnings coming. And especially if it is ebbing away or letting go of the darkness or the worry of the shadow self or the other things or the past or past lives or karmic stuff. It's all being released at a very, very powerfully cosmic level, but it's also for some of you the potentiality of new beginnings, being able to walk away from things that have been trapping you, whether it was a relationship or whether it was your own behavior one way or another that's trapped you into something. It's time to open the key, because there's a key there and a key here, to open the key to the freedom of your heart and allow yourself into this new beginning chapter. And I'm going on a little bit about it with readings for people because it's more powerful than I think a lot of people are understanding or giving it credit for. But these are wild times that we're in, and they are wildly powerful, and they have never been here before. So it's kind of like grabbing the opportunity right now. Gosh, you've also got number 20, the Truth, which is the Judgment card. So you can see how big and deep this is going on now. And this, of course, is also, he's there on the scales, and this is about balance and bringing balance back into your life. And you see if he's looking out that porthole into the cosmic energy, and he's looking into the vast cosmos to find the balance in his life. And that's what I've just talked about, the fact that we have been going back all this time and reigniting with parts of us that we've either hidden from, or we've been subjugated to, or we've been afraid of, or we've been hurt or bullied by someone else. We're bringing this truth, this judgment, this movement, this freedom, this new beginning, awareness back into our perception and concepts and ideas, and it gives us strength and new beginnings and opportunities, because the ace is literally a new beginning as well. So I'm really liking the power that's sitting within this reading for you guys, Virgos. It feels, even though we've talked about the cosmic energy and the cosmos itself, it feels very grounded, so it suits your grounded energy. So now we've got wisdom as well. So through these type of experiences, when we come to doorways or portals like this, and we get this intensity of reverberation of past lives and the culmination of a whole bunch of experiences or soul journeys or revelations from, like, the Judgment card, we gain wisdom and clarity and insight. And when you have wisdom, you become the wise being. You become the Hierophant of life, the person who is able to have that enlightenment and that shining light, that power of understanding and the gift of the cosmic knowledge of life. These are very beautifully powerful cards for you, especially at this time as we walk through these portals. The Wisdom card can also refer to the fact that you personally might be going through a time of enlightenment or pondering where you're headed or what the meaning of life is. Sometimes this can refer to becoming interested in religious studies or a certain type of philosophy in life. Some of you may change your belief systems and follow a new path or direction. Others of you may become more like the Hierophant and actually become certified in certain practices, whether it be a priest or a bishop, or whether it be more spiritual like a yogi or a teacher or a healer as well. So there's a great deal of energy that's coming from this card, and you can see it emanating from the book of knowledge, from this wisdom book. I also see sometimes down here pets, and I think that pets can be activated one way or another for a lot of people when cards like this turn up. So this can be new pets or something happening with your pet that requires a little bit of attention. But another very powerful card indeed. The Two of Wands is the waiting game. So and interestingly, I always think of this card as a timeline, going back into the past and bringing the past and the present together. So you feel as if you're morphing through some time field there, as if the guy will disappear and then merge out here through different vortexes of knowledge, awareness, understanding. But if we come back to the more literal concept of the card, it says that there is a timing issue going on with something around you, or that time has been playing a part. And we've talked extensively about the timelines going on and the past 2,000 year cycle that is catching up, or bringing reverence to our life, or bringing clarity, or even clouding it for some of us. But timing may also be more apparent, as in you could be waiting for something, or waiting on someone, waiting for an answer, and there could be a wait period involved in this, and it could be could be relevant 2 weeks, 2 days, 2 months. So if you are waiting on something specific, whether it be a payout, a job offer, a love relationship, hearing from someone, planning a trip, a health modality, you might have a little bit of waiting. Rest and rejuvenate, number 4, is the 4 of Swords. This can sometimes talk about needing some time out, and sometimes that might happen with all this that's going on in the background. You might need to take a little bit of time out and relax. But more importantly with this card, I notice that he is meditating. He is spending time alone in contemplation of seeking some sort of internal peace or knowledge or awareness, and that kind of goes in hand with a lot of these other messages that have been coming. Again, in the more literal terms, this card can mean needing to back off from something, rethink or reschedule something, and also minor operations that could be planned for or already pre-booked. Some of you might be going in for an operation at some point to they're not usually major operations, but they can be, really beneficial and give us, again, more freedom as we move into another phase of life one way or another. These are numerology cards, and so I just thought they might be quite interesting to bring out and just see what turns up. Number 14 is to do things in moderation. Just as it's sitting on top of here, the number 4, rest and rejuvenate, do things in moderation. So I think that message was just coming out to reiterate that for you. If any of you are feeling like tired, or as if there's a lot going on in the background, just slow it down a little bit and pace yourself, because these times and events that go with it can be very challenging. And we're not built for vast amounts of change really quickly. It bodes us better to slow things down a little bit and contemplate the changes along the way. So you had another card that came out that went on the ground, and this is number 91, surrender. So to surrender to something, for each of you this will be different, but surrender something up as well. Whether it matches really well with the devil energy. This is basically a card of surrendering and letting go and giving things away, not holding on to that which doesn't serve you or in any way, meaning whether it's an addiction or whether it's somebody who has mistreated you, or whether it's an unbalanced energy, either relationships or with your own behavioural patterns. It's surrendering them up and letting them out and to letting them go. So let's see one more here for, it's not a card of, giving in to other people. It doesn't mean surrender to someone else's power. It's surrender to give away something that isn't required anymore, and it's knowing when it's not required. Effort. Yeah, these cards that are coming out are really pushing some sort of boundary. These are not giving freely. There's effort required in surrender. There's also effort required in taking moderation. In moderation, we can surrender things, and in moderation, it takes effort to moderate things. They're going together, but they're quite firm. They have a message behind them for you guys, and I think it is about the effort is definitely the same as this one. Don't give up. Your spiritual strength is coming to the fore. It may take more effort than you've thought to clear some things, or to get answers for some things, or to move ahead sometimes. The devil takes effort to work through and sort out and surrender things to. But the overall messages in the background are so big. You know, there's so much opportunity with these acts of moderation and surrender and effort that you'll be well rewarded for it. So there's power in listening to the smaller perspectives, or making sure you pay heed to the smaller energies, because they in turn give you the bigger picture and the bigger outcome.